Hello everyone. Let's settle down quickly, please. Today I would like to discuss toys.
Toys, Professor? What do toys have to do with social science? Am I in the wrong class?
An excellent question, Mr. Hurley. What do toys have to do with social science? Have any of you ever bought a toy for a child? Miss Johnson?
I bought a doll for my 6-year-old niece.
I bought a basketball for my cousin Jim.
All right. What would have happened if you gave a doll to Jim and Miss Johnson gave a basketball to her niece?
My cousin would have been embarrassed.
My little niece would have cried.
Why? Because society decided what were appropriate toys for boys and girls.
What's wrong with that?
Good question. Perhaps 50 years ago, no one would have questioned the choice of your gifts. Those toys would have reflected the stereotypic roles of little girls growing up to become mothers. Boys were expected to play sports and explore. Girls were expected to be ladies and certainly never sweat. But now, the typical male and female roles have changed. Let me give you an example. My neighbour, 3 years ago, my neighbour lost his job. His wife was the sole support of the family, while he became a house husband, taking care of their 3 children and the housework.
So what does that have to do with appropriate toys?
Well, he had grown up with 3 older sisters and played with both gender-related toys. As a result, the children were all confident in playing with dolls, trucks, cooking, cleaning, sewing, or going out for sports. This confidence prepared them for adult roles.
But that's just one example.
True. Let's discuss some others. Today, single men are allowed to adopt children. Women have won medals in many sports. Men can become nurses. Women can be doctors. Roles that at one time would have been impossible.
So, Professor, you're saying that the toys kids play with have an effect on their future roles in society?
Yes. For example, when my grandmother was a child, the only toys for girls were baby dolls and baby buggies. Any little girl who stepped outside the perceived role of a genteel child was considered a tomboy. This was supposedly the worst insult a girl could receive. Then when my mother was a child, her toys were pretty much... Girls' toys still focused on the role of a future homemaker and mother. However, boys' toys dealt with construction and exploration, like playing with Lincoln logs, speedboats, cars, farm toys, tops, and kites. At the time, there were 6 toy companies that manufactured these toys, but only 2 companies that made dolls. Now, let's look at what toys were available when I was a child. Lionel trains, Candyland, checkers, electric football, erector sets, marbles, slingshots, Tonka trucks, Viewmaster, and BB guns for the boys. For the girls, there were dolls, doll houses, and stuffed animals. By the time my children were born, the Barbie doll had made its appearance, almost replacing the baby-type doll. Now young girls were introduced to various roles that Barbie played. She got out of the house to become a stewardess, a doctor, a NASCAR racer, a scientist, and even an astronaut. Girls were beginning to realise the many career possibilities available to them. In conclusion, throughout the years, toys had a profound effect on not only changing gender roles, but also in creating occupational roles for women. Consider carefully the toys you give to a child.